All right, Alkegonia and Anderidium. Once again, I am here struggling to do multi-teaching because we don't have any hope of a teacher coming in, and time is moving up. So you got to remember what I told you, the squeaking wheel. The wheel that does is the one that gets the grease. The rest, you don't give any. So speak for yourself. This is Jikaze Academy and the Radiant Alkegonia. Strive to survive here and strive to survive outside there. And the motto is squeaking wheels once again gets the grease, not the ones that are not squeaking. So you better do and they'll come and help you. Now, I want you to be teaching one another, and today I'll do kind of, I don't know whether it's social studies or it's history. These are so many subjects. Sometimes when I come to class, I can't tell the difference between social ethics, between history, between some evolution, religion, etc. But be assured, together we'll make it, or together we will sink. Okay, for you to be teaching one another, you got to have to know the properties of a good teacher. What are the characteristics of a good teacher? A good teacher will always grade or mark the work of the student on time and give the students feedback. But now, because you're too many and I need to be grading your work, it's not really possible. So this is what you're going to do. Rule number one. Homework. Remember, homework means work to be done at home and at the same time to be left at home. Don't bring your homework back. It's your homework, keep it at home. That way it will be easy for me to move faster. Then two, when you're teaching like physics, you got to do what you call assumptions made. What are the assumptions made? So sometimes gravity is equals to 9.8 meters per second. Some other times it could be 10 meters per second. So you got to state the assumptions made so that I grade your work precisely. But then two, is a way of surviving. You got to learn survival techniques. If I ask you what is the best quote we can have from Abraham Lincoln? Abraham Lincoln. Then don't confuse Abraham in the Bible with Abraham Lincoln. This is an American president. But if you don't remember what he said, remember in the test they said read instructions very carefully and then write assumptions made. So what you do to survive, say, assuming Abraham Lincoln is George Bush, then you're going to quote Bush and say, you are either with us or against us. And you get full credit because they said right assumptions made. So you'll say, I'll assume Abraham Lincoln is George Bush, and then give us what you think is the answer. Then two, a good teacher will ask questions precisely. Do not ask a student, what do you think? Is Avogadro's constant? If you ask a question like that, what do you think is Avogadro's constant? Any answer should get full marks, because that's what I think. If somebody, what is Avogadro's constant? Somebody says 6.02 times 10 power 3 particles. That is correct. That should be the precise answer. But the question is not asking anything other than what you think. So you have got a right to think anything. So if they ask you, what do you think is Avogadro's constant? Just say, Avogadro's constant is a goat. That is what you think. And you should get free. If you don't get it right, you can sue. Take them to court. You answer what you thought. But if they ask you, what is Avogadro's constant? That's a different question. So, as a good teacher, ask questions precisely that do not leave any loophole. And then two, when you're grading papers, if you want to help people to get to college, you got to give them, be fair to encourage them, and then sometimes you can give them free marks because you don't need a loan to get points. You're not getting the points from the bank, so give them as much points as possible. Then two, they say to every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So if you act very well for students, motivate them, motivate your students, you're gonna get a very good response. But then two, a good teacher will give appropriate examples. For example, I was teaching somewhere in Senene High School,